Hello stream. What is going on, my friends? It's your friend Jack here. Hello stream. What is going on, my friends? It's your friend Jack here. Hello Jack. Hello. Hello. What is going on? Let me just mute that so you don't hear it. We're going to be watching the Cardano 360 monthly recap, and it's going to be awesome. So make sure you guys are here and ready. Mic audio is a bit low. Oh crap. My bad, my bad. Let me just take this down a bit. Should be better. Let's see. The music's just a bit high, I think. Don't worry, we'll be turning the music off. We'll be turning the music off when the stream starts. When the Cardano 360 event starts. In 11 minutes. How's everybody doing today? What's up, Phil? Thank you, Steve. Is it easy to make a stake pool? Takes a bit. Audio's too low. Oh crap. Let's check that. Let's check that. I think I know the problem. There we go. That should be a bit better. I hope so. Let me know what you guys think. Black Moon, hello. Joseph, hello. Is it easy to make a stake pool? It is a little bit difficult. Requires some technical knowledge. Audio's too low. Are we still too low? The mic is still too low? Oh no. What did I do? Join the beach life, Marco. Thank you. It's clear. The audio's clear. Thank you very much. Thank you for the confirmation. Mike is good. They troll you. Thanks, Phil. Hey, Jack. Hello. Welcome to the stream. If you want to hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate that. Greatly appreciate that. We're just waiting for the Cardano stream to start. Mike is great. Thank you, Marco. Thank you. Hello. Eggman. Hope I said your name right. Eggman. Sorry if I did not. Let me know if I didn't. Welcome. What are your thoughts about what they are going to announce? I think it's going to be awesome. It's just a monthly recap mostly, but I know they're going to be going over with partners and people also watching. They're going to be going over with the Cardano partners that they like, probably Nervos Network and things like that. We can see in the description every month they bring the freshest news across the ecosystem. So they're probably going to be bringing on people who are just working on the network and building. Maybe we'll see some NFT stuff. That'd be quite awesome. Love from India. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Love from Canada back towards you. Will ADA pump a bit with events like this? I'm not sure. Probably not. As most of the people watching these events usually are holders of Cardano. Love your work. Always watch your videos and do the like. Yes, do the like, and thank you for that. Nice work, man. You'll be up there with Dan, Pay, and Paul soon enough. I hope so. I hope so. I'm a noob, so I'm okay if it takes a while. I definitely need to take the time to get there. Why does every crypto video have tons of Indian scammer bots? A lot of crypto videos do have scammer bots. Even when I change my profile picture, they change it within minutes. It's pretty bad. Just stay away from any scammers in the comments. Stay away from them. They're scammers. If they're trying, I'm never going to send you messages asking for Cardano. Greetings from the Netherlands. Thank you, Gur. Thank you. Greetings from Canada. Back to you. What's so great about NFTs? I just like shiny JPEGs, Phil. That's the honest truth. And also, NFTs can be used as ownership of more than just artwork. And we're going to see that being applied to things maybe like real estate and other cool things in the future. See where that goes. But being on the blockchain means it's, people can't change it. It's public data and it's immutable. So that's really good for ownership status. I'm in Central Park smoking a joint listening to Jack. Thank you, Green Tools NYC. I like it. Hey, Jack. Hello. Greetings from Austria. Thank you, Alexander. Greetings from Canada. Back to you, my friend. Good morning, everyone. What's up, brother Dolphin fan? Just chilling. We're waiting 6 minutes until the Cardano 360 event starts. It's going to be pretty exciting. I'm really looking forward to this monthly recap. It's going to be awesome. Greetings from the UK. Thank you, James. Greetings from Canada. Back to you. Hey, Cardano friends. Hello, Travis. Hello. Hey. No shilling, unbelievable facts. No shilling. Even if it's a good project, just keep it out of here. Keep it out of here. Yo, Jack. Love from Singapore. Thank you, my friend. Love from Canada. Back to you. With this thing, with this emoji too. Greetings from New Zealand. Greetings back to you from Canada. Do you smoke the green stuff? I do not. It is legal in Canada though. It is very legal. It's very normal. Do you like Tori Lenez? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Greetings from Sweden. Thank you, David. Greetings from Canada. Back to you, my friend. Hey, you need to let people know about your stake pool. Oh, Phil, you're right. We might as well let them know, right? If you guys want to earn passive aid on your ADA and support me in my mom's basement, while also helping decentralize the network, you can consider staking with my stake pool, Jack. Also keep in mind, let me show you guys something. You can't see it, but I have my NAMI wallet up right now. If you guys want a chance to get one of these bad boys, these official Cardano friends, you can do so by staking with my stake pool. I'm going to be airdropping some of them on the first block we mint and probably blocks going forward. Quite a few of them, and we have a low amount of delegators in the pool right now. We only have 59 people, I believe, so there's a pretty good chance you get a Cardano friend. And also, in this stream, I'm going to be giving away one of these too. So, it's shiny, it's cool, and it's part of the Cardano friend ecosystem, which is really just this right now. But there's going to be more in the future. It's going to be more in the future. Anyways, 3 minutes till we start. We got an oink in the chat. I don't know what that means, but I like it. Thank you, Jerry Colley. Hello from Vietnam. Thank you, my friend. Hello from Canada. Back to you. Greetings from Sweden. Again. Oh, wait, that's the same one I read. Well, thank you once again, even though I already read it. David. Greetings from Canada. Back to you. Hi, ADA lovers. Hello. I want. Happy Epic Day to all. Yes. It is Epoch Day. I always say Epic, but I know it's saying it wrong. But yeah, it's payday. If you guys are ready to get paid, get hype. Hello from Brazil. Noah's Ark. What's up, Noah's Ark Foundation? If you guys want to support another amazing stake pool, Noah's Ark Foundation is an amazing stake pool with a really good mission. But hello from Brazil. Hello from Canada. Back to you, my friend. Hello from Canada. Back to you. I'm at Cardano and Exodus. How do I get to your pool? Phil, I got a video. It's the top one in the description. And it should help you sort out how to stake. And I also cover in one of my other videos, which is linked in that video, how to get it off exchanges and transfer it to your own wallet. Marcus from Switzerland. How are you doing, my friend? First payday? Ooh. What time does 360 start? It starts in 2 minutes at 12:30 EST. Biopool. Biopool. Another good stake pool. If you guys aren't already staking your ADA, make sure you stake it so you can earn passive ADA on your ADA. And it's not any extra risks to you guys, so if you want to do that, it's pretty much free money. That's how I look at it. Hello from Arizona. Hello, Joseph. How are you doing today? And hello back to you from Canada. Cool, thanks, bro. You're welcome, Phil. Hopefully that video can sort you out. If not, leave a comment on the video so I can get back to you, or shoot me a DM on Twitter. I merge with bio. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you for sharing. I didn't know that. You're from Canada? Me too. That's the way to be, JR. Rebel Coder, welcome back. Hey from Riga, how are you today? You should have a collab stream with Pei as you're streaming at the same time. I believe Pei is doing an AMA after, and he's doing his own thing, so I'll leave him do that. But not a bad idea. But I'm just a small fry over here, so small fries will stick with the small fries. Hello from Argentina. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? Plus, I want to talk with the chat. I want to talk with you guys. And the premiere will begin shortly. Am I gonna have to refresh this? We're gonna full screen this, don't worry. We're gonna full screen this when it goes live, so do not worry about that. Apparently right now you cannot full screen the preview. What else? Oh my, the chat is popping off. 70 viewers. Welcome everyone. If you want to hit the smash the like button on your way in, I'd be greatly appreciative of that. Hi from Spain, Carlos. Thank you very much. What's APY if I join your pool? Right now the API is kind of 0% just because I haven't minted a block yet, but the stake pool is brand new. We're gonna have our first epic starting later today, which is actually gonna be active stake. So we actually have a chance to mint a block. Essentially, this epic that we're rolling into is the first actual epic of my stake pool, and this is gonna determine more or less the ROI or ROA going forward. And that number is gonna go up and be calculated as we actually mint blocks. And here we go. We got a countdown. I'm gonna turn off the other music, turn this down a bit. It's quite loud, but 1:49 and we're starting up. What up, bro? Not much, bro. We're just chilling, and in 1 minute 40 seconds we're gonna be watching. He was talking about you in his stream now. You're both important Cardanoids. I like that Pei guy. He's a cool guy. And thank you, Rebel Coder. Thank you. We all want to know when you're moving out of the basement. Well, maybe after the stream. If someone just drops a couple $100,000 in the chat, we're good to go. But realistically, probably not for a while. Saving money and stacking my ADA in the basement. Greetings from the UK. More crypto online. We'll start staking with your pool. Thank you, my friend. And if you are staking with my pool, you're gonna have a chance to get airdrop one of these bad boys. But I really appreciate you, and greetings back to you from Canada to the UK. Cleveland, Ohio. And okay, oh, I don't know how to say that. I don't want to butcher it, Jason. Cleveland, Ohio. Thank you, Jason. 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. How much do you think rewards from staking 1000 ADA? You can calculate your ADA with the calculator on the Cardano Foundation website. If you just Google Cardano staking calculator, it should pop up there. But on average, 1000 ADA a year would probably get you around, my guess would be 40 ADA, 40 to 60 ADA a year. And divide that by your weekly basis, and you'll see it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's full screen this. Let's get into here. Might have to make my camera smaller. All right, let me know if the stream audio is loud enough for you guys. It's a lot of noise effects. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm watching from Ethiopia. Is Cardano staking pool profitable?
Hello and welcome to Cardano 360, your monthly tour of the expanding Cardano universe. It's July and we've got lots to share in today's show. we'll have partnership updates and an update from the Cardano Foundation, including news on their new developer portal. Dor will join us to give us an update on the incredible growth of our community innovation program, Project Catalyst. And speaking of community, we'll have Ben O'Hanlon and his team on to tell us more about what they've been up to. We'll also be joined by Lars Brunjes from the education team to tell us more about the Plutus Pioneer program and the progress it's made, and some news about some further education activities. Now, before we jump fully into the show, a quick update on the Cardano Summit. You may remember last month we announced it would take place at
Cardano Summit.
As well as an actual event in Wyoming, we'll also have a virtual event at the same time.
Ooh.
One other thing. If you head over to our registration page now, you'll find a number of places around the world. We'd like to host some additional events in places where you want to join us. So make sure you choose a place near you you'd like to attend an event, and us, as well as the CF, will be sponsoring a number of those meetups around the world at the same time. So head over to that page now and tell us where you want to see an event near you. Let's talk Alonzo. Now, hopefully, some of you will have been following our mid-month updates where we track the progress of the testnet rollout. We're in Alonzo White now, but let's go over to the team and find out a little bit more about the progress on the journey
That better
to smart
now.
contracts.
You're awesome. Woohoo.
So, gentlemen, thanks very much for joining us today on the show. Now, of course, we're now in the Alonzo White phase, but before we dig deeper into that, let's just recap briefly, Nigel. Alonzo Blue, successfully completed.
It was indeed, Tim. So we ended up doing 2 node releases in Blue in the end, and our community very much supported us in doing that. We discovered a lot, and they helped us fix things as well as we went through. So during the Blue phase, we found that we couldn't get Plutus transactions initially to go through, and that was because we had to make sure that the execution units that we set were actually predetermined, and then we had to figure out a way to make sure that our community members understood that. Secondly, we found out that the Plutus transactions were larger, so we actually had to change one of the parameters within the Genesis file to make sure that they went through. So this is the kind of thing that happens on a testnet. Things don't work, you're not quite sure why, and then you need to figure them out, and then you end up with a better architecture as a result.
So, Demetrius, let's move on to White now then, because that's where we are in the program. Perhaps you can tell us exactly what's happened in the last couple of weeks since the mid-month update.
Indeed, Tim, as of mid-July, actually the evening of July 14th, UTC time, we entered into the white phase of the Alonzo journey, and that was done by hard forking the Alonzo testnet to our new Alonzo White node. One of the key aims of the white phase is to bring on more users, and that includes Plutus partners in order for them to test their applications on Alonzo White. The funded Catalyst projects have been given access, and also some of the exchanges that are keen to integrate in such an early phase without having the wallet backend in place and some of the other components that most of the exchanges need are also invited, and some of our team members are already talking to them about early options of testing out their integrations and configurations on Alonzo White. Now, the target of Alonzo White is in general to expand the base of participants on the networks. So compared to Blue, we're expecting to have more than double the audience count, which actually is now at around about 100 people in total, 100 unique accounts. And then we're aiming to almost double that by the end of the Alonzo White phase. This steady scaling of users, which is going to actually increase as we go through with the Alonzo delivery and the upcoming versions of the testnet, or the networks as we call them nowadays, is key in order to be able to understand if there are any issues with scalability, to gradually increase the team and the people who are working to make sure that all the feedback are collected and evaluated as appropriate, and basically make the most out of the help and the effort of the audience of those networks. Also, of course, there's a steady rollout of the testnet newer components, and we're going to be seeing quite known from our previous releases to everyone who has tried integrating to our networks, some components like the wallet backend integrated to the node, as well as the PAB integrated to the node towards the end of the white phase.
So let's maybe dig into a little of those components now. Start with Kevin, of course, leading the work on the node. So perhaps you can tell us about the improvements and the changes we've been seeing there.
Hi, Tim. Yeah, so on the Node side, we've been maintaining a delicate balance between rolling out the new features that everyone wants to see, but at the same time keeping the white testnet running. There's been a bit of shuffling going on behind the scenes, some fairly complicated manoeuvring happening with DevOps. So the Plutus app developers, script developers, and SPOs, they're running Node version 1.1. This is a fairly stable version of the Node. But we've identified that when we rolled Alonzo White out, we set a few settings very conservatively. And what we wanted to do was then to process an update proposal on the testnet to make these more realistic. So to change things like the cost settings, the size of transactions, address some issues that we'd spotted from the early phase of Alonzo White. So we did this by releasing an internal-only version. Some people have seen Alonzo White 1.2. This has been used by our DevOps to push forward an update proposal. So whilst everyone else is running on Node version 1.1, we've got a breaking version for 1.2 to do the update proposal, to bring in the parameter changes that we needed. And now we're at a stage where everyone is running Node 1.1, but we've now got a new set of protocol parameters, including more realistic cost settings. In the background, we've also been working on Node version 1.3. This has been tagged for QA, so it's undergoing testing and evaluation at the moment. It's including some CLI cost automation to make it much easier for Plutus script developers to determine the costs of executing their scripts. But it includes some more breaking changes, so that when we deploy it, we're going to have to respin the testnet. So we're holding off on doing that until we've got everything absolutely sweet, and we're absolutely confident that everything is going to work smoothly. We'll advise the users, the testnet users, when we're ready to do that.
So Nigel, outside of the developments around the node, there's obviously a lot of other work going on some of the other components and the updates. What are we going to be seeing there?
We've got a lot of work going on, Tim. So it's extending all our existing architecture. So one of the main components is the wallet backend. So that's due to arrive at the end of this month, and that will be integrated into the Alonzo node. The other key components are, and the exchanges would know, is the Rosetta API, our DB sync, Explorer, and our GraphQL. So all of these components are coming together. We're expecting to see the first versions at the end of this month, and then we can extend what people can do on the white network. Now, as Kevin has probably alluded to already, we have extended a lot of our work. We've now built out up to 7 exercises, and we've released 4 of those. So there's more and more things that people can do as capability with smart contracts on our network. We've also got our exchanges involved. So it really kicks on for the exchanges once we can release the Rosetta API, and it's nearly there. But they're now involved. We've got them learning what we're doing. Some of them have decided to actually get involved and actually install a node. And get up to date with how things work. So that's all good. Another positive point, which is terrific, is our partners are also getting involved. Now, as you might recall, Tim, our partners work on the mock chain currently. They are not on the live network, and they're working against a Plutus application backend that's working locally, so that they can build their dApp that way. But they've also got involved so that they can basically install the node, start running smart contracts, and then they'll be one step ahead when they actually come to integrate against the full Plutus application backend. Now, one of the big things that we're doing, and I think I would like to say a big thank you to everybody that's been involved in this, is we have a very large support network, and we keep improving it. We've done a lot more work on this. A big shout out to our flying squad, who do exactly what it sounds. They pick up the issues, and they triage them, and they resolve them for anybody that's involved in the network, any of the community members of Pioneers or partners. Those guys are also extending out into the community, and what I hope to see over the next weeks and months is actually some of the community is actually providing some of this support and some of the answers to some of the frequently asked questions and problems that people experience. All of this, by the time we get to white, is enabling us to be purple ready. So we can then introduce a lot more pioneers, a significant step more, several hundred more, and then that will increase our ability to support across the community. Not only is we're doing support sessions and resolving tickets, there's a lot of work going on in documentation as well. What's also great about the documentation is we might draft it, but actually our community members help to edit it and improve it because of what they experience. And they're the best people to be able to see gaps in our existing documentation. Final step as we pull in this together is to be able to kind of mature our analytics position. So we just know how many smart contracts we've got running on the testnets, how many transactions are going through, what the cost of those transactions are, and what the performance of those transactions are. There's going to be some terrific data that will start to come out over the coming weeks ahead.
So, Kevin, it might be worth at this point just zooming out a little bit more. Nigel's alluded to the huge amount of work that's going on behind the scenes, and indeed all the different components of this project. They look like a linear rollout of roadmaps, but it's more like a game of 3D chess, really, isn't it? Perhaps you can just briefly take us through some of those components to help us orientate ourselves.
So altogether, there are about a dozen components involved just to make the Plutus scripts and applications work properly. So this is going to be more of a fly-through than it is a walk-through. So starting off with the Plutus application, these are things that we're trying to develop. We've got some Plutus partners who are developing sample applications. Obviously, the Alonzo White users are also developing their own applications. To do that, they're building on the Plutus application library, something called Plutus Contract. And this is a Haskell library that you need to run any kind of Plutus application. That links up with the Plutus application backend, Plutus PAB. This is the component that manages the contract.
Don't worry, guys.
Allows
I'm
applications
a little bit
to run
confused
on
too.
the user's machine. And that then links up via the wallet backend, which manages all the details to do with individual user wallets, allows transaction signing, etc., and connects up to the Cardano node. The Cardano node is the core of the system. This is the component that interacts with the blockchain, that processes all of the transactions on the blockchain, submits them, runs the scripts, etc. And it does this by interfacing to the Cardano ledger. The ledger implements a set of rules, a set of
at the end it gets summarized,
rules that govern
don't worry if you're confused now.
Actions take place on the blockchain, ensure consistency, make sure that no ADA or any other token is ever lost, etc., etc. So very complicated set of rules implemented by a set of very, very cautious guys poring over formal proofs, handwritten proofs, hedgehog and quick check tests, just to make sure that everything is working absolutely perfectly, because you can't have an error in the blockchain. And same goes, of course, or doubly so, when we have Plutus scripts. We have to worry about what the script's doing. We have to make sure that they're not going to negatively impact any aspect of the blockchain. We're not going to lose any ADA, etc., etc. And we've got whole sets of very complex proofs to show that. So the Cardano ledger interfaces to Plutus via the ledger interface. That then interfaces to the scripts themselves, which are written using Plutus Core. And the Plutus Core comes from the Plutus transaction compiler. What happens is you write a script using the Plutus library. This is compiled from Haskell using template Haskell into the Plutus Core form. That's what actually gets executed on chain. And the final component in all this is the Plutus interface to the ledger, which links up the Plutus application backend, the Plutus transaction compiler, and the Plutus ledger, and makes everything just all fit together. So it's the glue holding everything together, Tim. So hopefully that was a comprehensible run through.
Very comprehensive. I think Tim's going to summarize it here.
Absolutely, Kevin. Thank you very much for that. So Nigel, once we're done with white, we're into purple. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit more about that phase.
Sure, no problem, Tim. So the purple phase we're going to split into two, because it really is a question of whether you have the PAB or you don't.
Okay.
So to start off with, the start of the phase will be light purple, where we don't have the fully integrated PAB available, but we do have all the other components. Now this does enable smart contracts to run, and we will have certain pioneers and some partners running some more simpler smart contract applications. And then as we move into the second phase, which we'll call dark purple, we'll have the PAB integrated, and at that point we'll be able to see a lot more richer applications and increased in the smart contract functionality. One major thing to point out with the purple phase is this is a step change in the increase in the amount of community.
Yeah,
so
everyone can join
we'll
this
increase
phase.
it by several hundred at the beginning of the phase, and there'll be well over 1,000 by the time we finish the purple phase. So you'll be able to see a much higher increase in community interactivity.
So, sounds good, Nigel. In summary, on track, but still lots to do.
Definitely, Tim. We remain on track, but there's some significant challenges ahead. Most notably, we've got a PAB, we've got a way of completing smart contracts, architecture and functionality, but lots of these things have never been done before. So I fully expect that we will have bumps in the road in the coming weeks and months, but I also fully expect that our team is more than capable of solving them.
Nigel, Kevin, Dimitris, thank you very much for the update. And remember, we'll have another mid-month update for you, middle of August, to bring you the very latest on the Alonso rollout.
So, Alonso Purple is going to be rolled out in 2
So
stages
education
still.
has always been at the
More
heart
people.
of IOHK's mission, and of course at the centre of Cardano's vision. Lars Brunjes, our education director, has been leading the incredibly successful Plutus Pioneers course over the summer, so we decided to send Mackie to talk to him and find out what else is
Lars
going
is
on.
the person who gives the lectures for Plutus, if you
Many
don't
of you
know.
won't need this introduction, as he is a very familiar face in the Cardano community and currently the man running the Plutus Pioneer program. But here with me today is Lars, IOHK's Director of Education. So Lars, education has always been at the core of IOHK's philosophy, but for those who may be new to our audience, can you maybe share the type of initiatives your department has held?
Sure. Thank you for having me, Maki. As Director of Education, I'm responsible for internal and external education, so I also run some programs for our engineers, for example.
Not 2 days,
But
not
of
2
course,
days.
the most exciting things are what
2
we do for the
phases.
community. And there, the flagship, so to speak, of our department used to be these very extended, very intense, full-time 2-month Haskell courses. So we started with one in Athens, I believe in 2017, then Barbados 2018. Then the highlight until now, for me personally at least, was 2019 Ethiopia, where we ran a class exclusively women. I believe it was the International Year of Women or something. So that was but that was very nice and very successful. So there were 22 or so Ethiopian women and 4 Ugandan women that did this Haskell course, which, as I said, is very intense. It's full-time, 12 weeks, 5 days a week, very hard. So a lot of the students afterwards said it's the toughest course they ever did, but I think it's very rewarding. And then last year we wanted to run one in Mongolia, but due to the pandemic, travel was not possible. So we did that virtually, which was also, of course, new challenges and opportunities. So, for example, we recorded that one and also now make the lectures available publicly. So that's a plus. Of course, I would have preferred to go there in person because it's always nicer to look people in the eye and immediately see their reaction and so on.
Sure.
And beginning of next year, we plan to do the same thing again, but in person, hopefully in Ghana, and at a much bigger scale with 50 students, something like that. And then, of course, last year when Shelly came out, I helped with or provided tutorials to get started with Shelly for stateful operators and so on. And now, of course, the big exciting thing is that Plutus is almost with us, and I'm running this Plutus Pioneer course. So just started with the second iteration and just finished the first one, and that's very exciting and reaches many more students than I do with my Haskell courses. We had thousands.
Okay, so yeah, I've heard really good things about the Plutus Pioneer program. How is that actually all going?
Oh yeah, it was a very exciting experience and also a bit scary because Plutus is still rapidly developing, so it wasn't easy for me to do this because the second week the lectures of the first week were already slightly outdated. But I mean, actually, it was an overwhelming success. So I think we had something like 1,500 students enrolled in the program, and we offered weekly lectures. So I recorded lectures and then made them available, also publicly available. So you didn't have to be enrolled in our program to actually watch the lectures. And there, some of the lectures had more than 15,000 views, I believe, on YouTube.
Wow.
And
a
but
lot of
for the
people.
enrolled students, we have this Discord server, so people can help each other. It's obviously impossible with such a large number of students to answer individual questions. I mean, every individual question. But we were very impressed how helpful the students were also amongst each other. So there were great initiatives, and we saw all sorts of contributions like wikis popping up and companion videos to my video lectures where my lectures were explained, and or transcriptions where people turned my lectures into websites, and as I said, they helped people with setup and answering questions, and so it was really great, especially the spirit. And as I said, I was a bit worried in the beginning because Plutus is somewhat raw around the edges still, but somehow this pioneer spirit, I mean, we had this feeling we are all in this together and we know it's not easy, and so that was really great. So I'm very impressed with the result and with the participation and all the contributions we got. And the students, some of them, I mean, were so enthusiastic that they are eager to help now also with the second iteration by moderating Discord channels or answering questions and so on. So it was really a great success, and I'm very pleased with that.
Yeah, and I think so. Your next cohort actually just started, right? And how many students are in there?
It's more than 2,000 this time, so it's I'm very excited. It's even more popular, it seems, than the first iteration.
Yeah, it's good to hear that we have another way that we're just growing the Cardano ecosystem. So that's exciting. I think just to mention the lectures that Lars mentioned are publicly available. So we will drop the link in the description for anyone who's interested in sort of checking them out. And as well as this Pioneer course, there's a bit of exciting news to share when it comes to these courses that you and your team have put together. I hear they may be showing up on some curriculums at universities. Is that correct?
Ooh.
That's right, yes. So every now and again, we did get contacted by universities or institutions that asked whether they could use our material. And now we make everything available open source, our teaching materials and lectures and exercises and so on for universities, for example. And in particular, there's the European Business University in Luxembourg that we plan to partner up with, and they are very busy in Africa, so they offer remote courses for developing countries, in particular in Africa, but not exclusively. And they are very eager to include our Haskell curriculum into their online classes. So we are very excited about that collaboration. And there are other interested universities as well. So hopefully soon all over the world there will be universities teaching our curriculum.
But in the chance we maybe have some educators or school administrators watching us today, how can they get involved should they be interested in adding your course to their curriculum?
They should just contact us or me. Maybe you can drop the details. Mm-hmm. And as I said, so we will make everything available open source. So if somebody wants to use the material, they can just contact my department and then we can work something out.
We've already shared a lot, but that's not all. You're also working on a book. So you joined us a few months ago with Professor Jim Caldwell from the University of Wyoming to announce the Mastering Cardano book. So how's that going?
I mean, it's still in very early stages. I mean, I'm very excited about that. But of course, Cardano is also huge, and there are lots of potential target audiences. I mean, they're developers and people just curious about Cardano, and maybe entrepreneurs interested in investing or building something on Cardano. So somehow we must find the right mixture of topics and levels. And we also don't want to write a book that nobody can carry. So we are still in the early stages where we talk about the content and how best to do that everybody gets what he's looking for. But it is very exciting, of course, to have some book like that comprehensively gives an introduction and like a handbook in Cardano and all the technologies we do.
I'm buying
so
that
I'm
book.
looking forward to get actually started writing. soon.
Great. So as always, pleasure having you on the show, Lars. And for anyone who's interested in the latest with the education team, we're always sharing updates on IOHK's blog and Twitter, so you can follow us there. And thanks so much, Lars.
Thank you, Maki. Thanks for having me. Always glad to be here.
Lars is awesome.
So we'll be sharing more news on that Haskell course in Ghana and, of course, all our other educational collaborations as things develop. Let's shift gears and let's move on to partnerships.
Purple's going to
Here
start.
with me is David
probably in
Roback from
2
Wave
weeks.
Financial. Welcome to the show,
Ish.
David. Can you give us a quick introduction to yourself and to Wave Financial?
Thanks for having me, Mackie. So Wave Financial is a
You didn't miss it.
SEC-registered crypto asset manager with over 500 million assets under management. A little about myself. I'm a principal at Wave Financial. I run the day-to-day operations for C-Fund, and I've been an institutional investor in the crypto space since 2014.
C-Fund that you just mentioned, we actually first announced this at last year's Shelley Summit. But for any new community members, let's give a quick refresher on what this fund is and what it's for.
C-Fund is a early stage investment vehicle that's independently operated. That's in a partnership between IOG and Wave Financial. We back companies that are looking to build on the Cardano blockchain and its technology and/or at some point we'll look to integrate with it. So nothing's off the table.
Nice. Let's talk about some of the projects that the C-Fund has invested in, if you can. Can you share a little on any of these projects today?
Right now we're looking a lot at DeFi and the NFT space. But on the DeFi front, we have invested into 2 companies. One is called Occam, and I think a lot of your community members might know of it. It's a launch pad that helps
pretty cool.
Promising projects that are looking to build on Cardano launch on it. The other one is called BlockSwap, and it's a DeFi protocol that lets a individual who has staked an asset, so a fully staked asset, and get a second yield on top of that asset without creating a synthetic. And what's really interesting is that if you had, for example, fully staked ADA, you could get an additional 7 to 8% APY, if my memory serves me correct, just staking your fully staked ADA with BlockSwap through their staking house that they have on.
Staking plus
Those
DeFi.
sound like some exciting projects. And this was pretty short and sweet, but we're going to close it off. But before we say goodbye, if there are any businesses watching Cardano 360 today who might want to be considered for funding, what should they do?
The best way to get a hold of me is just email venture@wavegp.com. That's a generic email that we have. I'll get it, my team as well. I'm always available via Twitter. So my handle is David M. Roebuck. So DM me there or add me on LinkedIn.
We'll drop the email address and David's info into the video description below for anyone who wants to get in touch with David or Wave Financial. But yeah, thanks again, David, for joining us. Good luck with the C-Fund, and we can't wait to see what comes out of it.
Thanks for having me on the show.
So I made a video
So
about
let's head
that.
over now to our friends at the Cardano
mind.
Foundation with their monthly update, including news on the new Cardano developer portal.
I made a video on the DeFi and staking yesterday, actually.
Today we welcome back the Cardano Foundation to 360, and we are met with a new face and a face that is changing roles in the organization. So let's do a couple introductions. Tommy, you've been working with the CF before. What's your new role, and what are you up to?
Hey, thanks, Eric, for having me. My name is Tommy. I'm based in Germany. I'm often used the handle ADA-tainment in our channels, and I'm working for Cardano Foundation since 2019, where I started as community manager and content creator. And I recently transitioned in this new role, the developer community lead. And part of that, I'm the product owner for the developer portal, which we put out 2 weeks ago.
That's awesome. We're glad to have you on 360 for the first time. And joining the Cardano Foundation is Clark, all the way from the Philippines. So Clark, what brings you to the CF?
Hey guys, I'm Clark Alesna. I'm from the Philippines, and currently I work for the Cardano Foundation. My responsibilities here is to be the full stack web developer. And previously, I've been involved in a stake pool called ADA Philippines. Now I've transitioned that over to the rest of the team there. And in the past 4 weeks, I've been helping Tommy develop the developer portal and and deliver some content there.
Fantastic. So both of you have obviously been heavily involved in the creation and the launch of the developer portal, which has recently launched. Congratulations on getting that out, by the way. Also, our audience members, if you'd like to check it out, you can go over to developers.cardano.org and start poking around over at the portal. But before you do that, let's hear a little bit more about the developer portal and why it's so important to our community. Tommy, can you let us know why the developer portal is so important to us?
Yeah, if you think of docs.cardano.org being the primary source, then the developer portal sits on top of that. Yeah, it produces secondary content, guides, videos, and takes the source that is written in docs.cardano.org as a source. Yeah, and we show things that are not very obvious, maybe, or not covered at all of docs.cardano.org, and everything that the portal produces or that the portal covers runs on mainnet. And this is the main difference to everything that is covered on testnets.cardano.org.
Great. So the main importance here is that it's everything that's running on mainnet. So something that somebody can utilize right now on mainnet. Is that correct?
Exactly. Everything you can do today, you can develop today, you will find on the portal.
So Tommy, what kind of topics are covered in the developer portal?
We identified 6 big boxes of content that you can do today. The first one is integrate Cardano. The second one is everything you can build with transaction metadata, which is a big topic, yeah. And native tokens, NFT, that is all one box. Then we have project funding, which is mainly around Project Catalyst, of course. And we also moved the
start building
stake pool operator content that. And the 6th box is a getting started boxes where we funnel people in the right direction if they have no idea where to start, basically.
So Clark, maybe you can tell us about some of the challenges that you faced in launching the developer portal.
One of the challenges that we faced was that Cardano is really a big piece of technology, and covering everything that is related to Cardano would be just an impossible task, right? So we had to make a decision on which topics should we just include in the deadline, just cut off the content that we wanted to have. Like, for example, the Cardano DB sync, we really wanted to document that. But this is a very good opportunity for the community to step in and contribute what's the remaining piece that we need over the years to come.
So, Tommy, this is obviously going to be an ongoing project, yeah?
Exactly, Eric. This was really the start of the project, yeah? We will iterate, we will continue to evolve, we will add a lot of more content, and of course, we are looking for community contribution. A few people like Prying, Markus Guffler, Alex Rutrovsky, Kyle Salomon, and Alex Klee, they are already contributing hard, and we would love to see more community engagement with the portal.
So I'm just going to plug this again for everybody watching. Make sure to go check out the developer portal at developers.cardano.org because you, the community, are the most important asset that we have, especially for building something new. Clark, maybe you can talk to us as a former community member and now an employee. What support can the community give to you guys over at the developer portal?
From my perspective as a community member, I really think that just simply using the developer portal, providing feedback and even criticism, even if it's just in Twitter, not a pull request, not technically, I think it really helps us. It gives us ideas on where is the weakness of the existing developer portal, and maybe we can plan then how to address those weaknesses and move forward.
Okay, so finally, obviously this is just the beginning of a long journey with the developer portal. What does long-term success look like for you guys?
So for us, long-term success for the developer portal would likely mean a different thing than the marketing team would say, because they are looking into metrics and hits and clicks and everything of that. But for us, we want to create impact, right? So hearing from people from the future that the developer portal, let's say, drag them into Cardano development, I think that would be the greatest thing for Clark and me, that we are saying, okay, look, these guys, they started to build this amazing dApp or whatever they come up with, and they started on the developer portal.
Yeah, long-term success. I think Tommy already touched on most of the things that we wanted. But in general, if I could just hear a story or a social media post saying that, hey, I used developer portal, and with that, I was able to build my app on Cardano, then I think I'll be happy with that story. That's success for me.
That's a goal.
So back in March, we aired our Cardano Africa special with all the news about the activities on the continent, the journey so far, and the exciting projects that we're working on there, from government to startups. We thought it was about time for a little bit of a revisit and a bit of an update from the team delivering those projects. So we're joined now by John and also by Carlos to tell us a little bit more. John, Carlos, welcome back to Cardano 360. So John, perhaps for those people who perhaps aren't quite up to date with the news, a little bit of a recap on the Ministry of Education deal we announced with Ethiopia in March.
Thank you very much, Tim, for having us on the show today. So absolutely. Back when we did our big Africa special announcement, the linchpin of the segment was this deal in Ethiopia to integrate our digital identity product as input-output called Prism with a national identity system built bespoke for the Ethiopian government to deliver 5 million digital identities across the high school education system there. The point of this system was to enable the ministry for the first time to be able to track educational performance and attainment across all regions of the country and to be able to do early intervention to maximize the efficiency of the ministry resources. From the student's perspective, the idea is that as they move through their education system, move into the university system, have their university digitally issued also on the platform, they have a verifiable history of everything that they've ever achieved. And this is important because they can then give that to an employer in order to encourage the employer to be more likely to hire them. Fake credentials, fake degrees, fake educational credentials is a massive challenge across the continent. So from the student's perspective as well, it allows them to get the benefit of their hard work. This was the project and the deal that we signed. We believe it was the largest by user-based blockchain deployment actually done, definitely within a single deal, and represented the first nation-state stamp of Cardano technology and of input-output work.
And of course, John, a lot of work went into that deal beforehand. And Carlos, it's been a few months since we announced it. So perhaps you can give us a little bit of an update on where we are with the project. How's it all going?
Thank you, team. Yeah, so since we signed the deal, we have been working diligently with the Minister of Education, not just to identify the first schools that will adopt the system, but also to start crafting all the necessary components that they require based on their processes. To be in this system. As you all know, any blockchain deployment is not just giving people wallets and giving people access to blockchain. It involves a great deal of processes and capabilities that have to be very localized for that to be successful. So, we have been working on things like the regionalization of the capabilities of education. Ethiopia is organized in a very specific way. Regions, woredas, and so on and so forth. And the schools are also organized utilizing that administrative layout. So we have been working with all those parties to start not only understanding, but deploying and testing and demoing the capabilities that we have on top of the Cardano blockchain. And the intention is that at the end of this by the end of this year, we will have the first set of schools, we'll phase out the approach. And we will have the first set of schools and all these students within those schools onboarding into the system. And we will, from that point on, we will be adding more capabilities as necessary throughout this and next year. So at the end of this entire journey, the entire educational system is not only producing digital identities for these students, but also verifiable credentials. At the stage that we are right now is that we allow the educational system to be onboarded, to add users, to add schools, to add regions, to structure themselves. And we are working through the other capabilities necessary for the verifiable credentials, the mid-year grades, grading reports, and so on and so forth, according to what is established in Ethiopia that those reports should have, and so on and so forth.
And I understand this is accessible through a tablet app. Is that right? Accessible from both the student and the school perspective?
Yes, both the students and teachers and school leaders will utilize a tablet for accessing all this functionality. They will have different views into the system. The school, the teacher will have a view of, towards their classes and so on and so forth.
So, John, what are the next milestones when it comes to the Ministry of Education deal in Ethiopia?
John.
We're in that weird position between when you've signed a deal and before you deliver the actual software. So obviously, incrementally, every week takes us further towards that delivery moment, which is going to be coming towards the end of the year. So, Carlos, the team we built together in Ethiopia, is working hard to just get us to that final delivery line. After that point, there's a number of extension opportunities on this project. So extending in towards the higher education system, extending deeper towards younger ages, and of course, international extension opportunities as well. This is just the first deployment of the product, but given the strong feedback we've had from our government partners and given our inbound deal flow, we see a lot of demand for the same project elsewhere across the continent and for that matter across the world. To that end, we're looking to actually set up a Credentials Alliance to enable institutions to be able to learn more about the benefits of digital identities software, to be able to see a suite of different providers, not necessarily just input-output, who can all enable them to drive forward their digital transformation objectives. So, that's all just specifically on education and not the plethora of other products and work that we're doing.
John, as well as our deals at a governmental and corporate level in the Africa Special, we also talked about community and particularly the entrepreneurial community of Africa. Perhaps you can update us a little bit on that.
Absolutely. We've got a number of community efforts underway now. We're still working with IOHK to engage with incubators and accelerators across the continent. And the purpose of this engagement is also to build up a developer community, to make sure that as smart contracts are released this year, there is a community of developers who know how to use it and know how to build products on it. To that end, in January 2022, we're going to be doing an in-person Plutus training course in Ghana. We'll probably train somewhere in the region of 50 to 80 students. I'll be there. The Director of Education at Input Output, Lars, will be there. And off the back of that, we hope also to make things a bit easier for business people and companies that are looking to actually build on Cardano but lack the development talent to do so. So yeah, in summary, there's going to be events all across the continent, but there's going to be this one specific in-person training in Ghana. And yeah, maybe as dessert, also Charles and I will be doing an Africa trip across 5 or 6 countries across the continent towards the end of the year, and we'll make sure that we reach out to the community to sort of meet in person as we do that.
Well, look, let's segue straight to that, John. Actually, many people will have seen recently the film with Mickey from World Mobile Chain, and Charles and yourself talking about the latest on that project in Tanzania. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So the World Mobile team is already on the ground, starting to actually work to roll out this infrastructure. So the goal is by the end of the year to have 100,000 customers live within the pilot location of Zanzibar, and they're working towards that goal. What I'll say is that everyone in the team is very excited at the moment. Things are going very, very well. There's some parts of building businesses like this which are incredibly frustrating, making sure that your licenses have been approved, making sure that, customs aren't going to hold up your delivery of infrastructure as you bring it in. These are the kind of things which inevitably always go wrong. And you plan for a certain amount of that in your operational plan. But at the moment, it seems like, the World Mobile team is leading a charmed life. So we're very excited to see the progress there. Charles and I are actually planning a trip to go and visit the team there and to see, the on the ground deployments. So yeah, they're very exciting stuff from World Mobile, and we're delighted by the success that they seem to be having at the moment in the market.
So
World
thanks
Mobile
to
is
Carlos
awesome,
and
by the
John
way.
for that update. Now, we'll drop the link to the full interview in the show notes, but meanwhile, maybe let's take a bit of a look at an excerpt from that interview with Charles, with John and Mickey from World Mobile.
It's a demand-driven business, so we're going where the demand is the highest first. Sub-Saharan Africa, the demand is massive, with 1 billion people there, over 1 billion people, 800 million without any internet at all. We're starting in Tanzania, and specifically in Zanzibar. That's where you'll be able to see us, and we're rolling out right now as we speak.
Digital money doesn't exactly work unless you have networking. So there's a question of how do you get billions of people who aren't online, and the billions of people who are online but not reliably online. How do you fix all of that and get people to bridge that gap, that last mile? And how do we do it in a far more democratic way? So this is a pretty exciting relationship for us, and it's a place where it really pushes the boundaries of protocol design, because there's a lot of really careful problems you have to work your way through.
It's the approach to technology. It's the approach to unlicensed spectrums. It's the approach to licensed spectrums and how you use them, how you use legacy spectrums with modern infrastructure, using how-to platforms. But ultimately, the difference is the sharing economy, right? It's sharing that responsibility, and it's sharing $1 trillion revenue. It's sharing that with the people on the ground so that they maintain that infrastructure and actually are incentivized to build connectivity. Alone, you can't do it. The time is here. The convergence of technology and mindset. That's how World Mobile has worked it out.
Our vision as a company is to improve the systems of the world for everyone, everywhere. And no system needs more revolution or change or iteration than, I'd say, the telco space. It's very ossified and broken, and it hasn't really delivered a ubiquitous experience where no matter where I go, I have connectivity. Internet is so much more than just a utility. It's a human condition. It allows us to talk to each other, connect to each other, share ideas with each other. And it's the single biggest driver of change, usually throughout the world. It spreads freedom. It spreads financial freedom, economic identity. It gives you the ability to do business with people you've never met and never would have met if not for the existence of the internet. So this is a very fundamental human thing.
Taking
So
apart
as
borders.
we head ever closer to smart contracts on Cardano, the technical community has never been more important. So we've expanded the community team over the last few months. We went over to Ben to introduce some of the new faces and to tell us a little bit more about what they've been up to.
The community.
Hey everyone, I'm here to talk about the best job I've ever had, building a team to mobilize and serve our communities. We're providing structure, giving people purpose and permission where it's needed, and I want to introduce some of the team we've hired to help support the community. But first, I want to give you a recap, reflection on the past 6 months, maybe 7 months. Back in October, we've engaged the stateful operator community. December, we started working with developers and building that community out and giving early access. And then in April, we began a learning community with the Plutus Pioneers and Lars. And so we've been really, really busy. Key highlights and growth would be we've engaged over 11,000 developers so far. We've got about 1,100 stateful operators who can communicate with us and we can communicate with them. And for Plutus Pioneers, we onboarded 1,500 in the first cohort, and the second cohort, we were onboarding 2,900. So it's been a real ride, really enjoyable.
A lot of people.
And I'm really pleased to introduce two of my team members. First up, I want to introduce you to Lena. Lena, can you give us an introduction and tell us a bit about how you're involved in supporting the space and the ecosystem?
Yeah, so I'm Lena. I've been involved in the sort of Cardano community for quite some time now. Always on my radar, but then I became more heavily involved sort of during lockdown, which was kind of the silver linings being locked in, was that I had so much time to kind of bury myself in the community and get to know so many people in the community. And I ended up kind of with all these contacts all over the world, and we were just talking about Cardano and the amazing things that are going on in the community and with the projects. And it was a bit of a rabbit hole, I guess. And now I've fallen deeper, and I've joined IOHK, and it's just like complete. I mean, if you looking back on the last year to here, it's brilliant to be able to join and bring that community insight I have, as well as being an SPO and bringing that on board. So I'm looking forward to seeing kind of where that can go.
What would you say like the 3 strongest areas that you bring into the community?
Positivity and openness, I think. Having real connections with the community, all across those different areas. So as I mentioned, as I'm an SPO myself, I have experience in those communities, and I've met and spoke with and helped and been helped by other SPOs. So I think that I can bring that personal experience into the role and empathy into the role. Yeah.
That's brilliant, Lena. You've really hit the ground running. Can you give us an insight into what you've got coming up?
Yeah, so we've got a lot coming up. One of those things is that we're kind of in the middle of conceptualizing a creative community space where everyone can meet each other, discuss things with each other, bounce ideas of each other. And I want it to kind of be a really vibrant place. So I'm excited to invite everyone to that. We're also going to be running Twitter Spaces on a weekly basis. I'm going to be curating digests that you will not want to not open. They're going to be especially for the SPOs and the devs, and there's also going to be some creators content coming your way.
That's great. And if somebody's watching this and they wanted to get involved with the community, what advice would you give them?
Well, you can hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions about how to get involved. Just send me a message. You can reach me on Discord as well. I'm always open to kind of having your suggestions, having your ideas, and making a space for them. You can also subscribe to our mailing lists, and then we can give you this information straight to your mailbox. You don't have to lift a finger.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Lena. Matthew, I'd really love to introduce you next. You've been helping us in the trenches. Can you tell us a bit about what you're doing and what's happening on Discord right now?
Yeah, so I'm quite new to crypto and Cardano even. I came to this out of academic philosophy, actually, because I was inspired about crypto as, a technological revolution on the scale of architecture or the printing press. And obviously the first thing that I found was Cardano. Well, not the first thing, but the best thing. And I watched the 360 and thought, it would be amazing if I could work on this. And a couple months later, here I am. So I'm excited to work with you guys and
see
where this goes. I've been a community team generalist, doing analysis and management so that we're oriented towards your needs, and the community has the space it needs and the infrastructure it needs to flourish. So something I'm really excited to tell you guys about is that we are making Discord our new technical community hub, prepared with moderators and resources to make it the best possible experience.
Way better.
So this is the same Discord that has been used for Bluetooth Pioneers and the Alonzo testnets. We've got 20 community moderators creating resources, answering questions, and solving problems. We've got dedicated channels for SPOs, developers, basically whatever your interest is in the Cardano ecosystem, content creators even. We have dedicated channels for you and moderators to make it the best possible experience. So we're really excited to see you guys come on there and make it amazing.
Help for everyone.
Thanks, Matthew.
Through Discord.
We're going to wrap up now and just touch on a few things that are coming up next. First, I'd like to thank Neve, our lead technical writer, because she's helped us put together a resource for people who are building projects, tools, or resources to get visibility. That resource is Essential Cardano, which is a GitHub repo. It's open source. You don't have to be able to code to get your first commit on an IOHK repository. All you need to do is be able to guide or signpost people to a valuable resource, project, or tool that they should be aware of. And in this way, we'll be able to build a map of the territory for people that are yet to enter the ecosystem. Also, I'd like to shout out Cardano Stack Exchange and Tommy from Cardano Foundation for helping to get that put together. That is a great place to ask technical questions and get good technical answers. And what's coming up next is we're going to be opening the Discord. So if you're a stateful operator or a developer or you're on those digests, you'll have a link. Please come and join us. I'm really excited about IO's global community coming together in Discord.
Gotta get in that Discord. content creators too.
Today we're welcoming back Dor Garbosh, the man who is leading the way towards on-chain governance with Project Catalyst. Welcome back to 360, Dor. And what updates do you have for us about Project Catalyst since last we talked?
Man, things just continue to grow at an exponential rate. I'm proud to say that for Fund 5, we increased the number of unique wallets registered to vote by about 30% from Fund 4. And now we have more than 5,500 unique wallets that have registered to vote, and a total of about 3.2 billion ADA.
Wow.
Total voting power. So, it's like almost 10% of the entire economy is participating in our democratic process, and that's incredible. Our innovation community also continued to grow. And I think last time I was here, we were celebrating something like 20,000 users in IDScale, our innovation platform. Now I'm proud to say that we have 30,000 users in our innovation platform. So lots, so we're like tens of thousands of people that are actively participating in creating the future of Cardano, from generating proposals to advising, reviewing, and advising the proposals, from giving proposals feedback to participating in our town halls and community discussions, to referring new people to the system. So incredible work all around.
Guy's
and
passionate.
we just see every day more and more interesting activities and initiatives that get launched to make our government system work even better and improve. Right now we're a few days before voting ends for Fund 5. There are some incredible proposals on the ballot, and I really encourage all of you, if you're one of those, almost 33,000 people that registered, you haven't casted your vote, and now is the time to go to the voting app and have your say, right? Which project you wish to get funded and start to get executed on.
So many good projects.
One of the things that were done basically to improve the visibility between the proposers and the voters, and in getting more interactions and just making it plain more fun, was a bottom-up effort started by the community called ID Fest, which was a live event, had almost 50 proposals pitching their proposal live with a crowd, like an audience, asking them questions and having conversations with them after the presentation. So this was a really fun event, and there's a bunch of videos that were made. There's the full 14 hours of raw footage, from all those proposals. So people really want to get deep. There's also been some edited versions of the video that by this point should be already released and viewable. So I encourage everybody, whether you've been engaged in voting for Fund 5 or you're planning to get started in Fund 6, to check them out and learn a bit more what's going on. What's the next wave of innovation that's coming to Cardano and is in your power to decide its future.
We've recently added a leadership layer to Project Catalyst. Can you tell us a little bit about what the Catalyst Circle is and how it will function?
One of the more exciting processes, governance is not just, voting on a mobile app or the innovation platform, but what we've seen in the last year or so, as the funds grow, and we have hundreds, sometimes even thousands of people that are getting into the weed of governance and contributing, is that, we need the human processes layer. Okay. We need more conversations, more interaction with the community, closer relations to all the people who are using catalysts, whether it's innovators or community advisors or community champions or any other role in the system. To do this, we created a group, like a council of representatives. We call it the Catalyst Circle because we sit in a virtual circle every 2 weeks, and we bring insights, each from its own community. So there's currently 7 different members. There's a representative for stake pool operators, 1 representative for the CF, 1 for IOG, that's me, 1 representative for the community advisors, 1 for funded proposals, and 1 for all the tool makers and maintainers that continue to evolve the system. Last and most important, there's a representative for general voters. Okay, so just someone representing the general ADA holder that's like maybe not so involved in Catalyst and just wants like a better voting experience. So all of us, we sit together, and at home, we go to our communities and we ask them, okay, what burning problems, what high priority issues are you sensing? Okay, and then we can all bring all this intelligence, all these insights together and find ways how we can work and resolve all these problems on a systems level. Okay, and also find a much higher degree of collaboration. Okay, so this circle is a pilot. It's only existing for 3 months, and then we will start a new evolved version of Catalyst Circle version 2. But so far it's been a lot of fun. The recordings of these conversations are all accessible. We're also maintaining a backlog, so all these problems we identified and their status, if they're being handled or not, if they've been properly defined or not. So it's all being tracked in a backlog that is also going to be completely accessible for everybody in the community to see and comment on. So I think it's a really important step. It might take a while before we see all the benefits, it's so because there's a lot of alignment to do, and all these new leaders need to get onboarded and get into the weeds, and we need to learn how we work together best. But so far so good, and just want to congratulate all the members of the circle, all the people who stepped up to the task, and the Catalyst community in general for having this new process, okay, to help us figure out what's best for the Cardano community.
So now that we have a lot of people participating in Project Catalyst and we're moving towards Fund 6, what are some of the new themes that you're seeing emerge?
The one I want to really talk that I think is really exciting is all the new challenges that were selected by the community. Okay, so what do challenges mean? It means the community is setting a goal, like some objective that we want to achieve together. And it's like a call for proposals, inviting people to make specific proposals, how to implement them. Fund 4 had 5 new challenges that were voted on, and they're going to start to be launched live in Fund 6. For example, we have the Cardano Emerging Threat Alarm. It's a challenge that how can we help stakeholders identify serious emerging systemic threats for the Cardano blockchain before a threat overcomes the system. Another challenge is multilingual resources. How can we motivate non-English speakers to learn and grow Cardano ecosystem in the next 3 to 6 months? There is one that is about DeFi and micro-lending for Africa. So how can we enable the creation of micro-lending and DeFi apps solutions that fits the African setting? We have one called DLT Entrepreneurship Toolbox. How can early-stage entrepreneurs develop their skills to execute and communicate great ideas so voters and stakeholders can value the project? And partnerships for global adoption. How can Cardano enter in global partnerships with United Nations Development Program and World Bank Group to leverage mass adoption? So, all of these new challenges are just on top of all the other existing challenges. And not only that, but in a few days we're going to tally the results from Fund 5, and there'll be a bunch more new challenges. So this is all just one big setup to Fund 6. Okay, so Fund 6 is going to be incredible. We're going to have a $4 million fund in ADA. And there's going to be a lot of different challenges in it. And it's also going to be, I think, like a more well-paced fund. Okay, so it's going to go on for 3 months. Okay, so there's going to be much more breathing room and time for the teams to create the proposals and to give feedback and to give assessments and to go through this whole registration and voting process. So I think this is the big one, and I'll be really delighted to come back here in 1 month and share a bit more. How is that going?
So given that we're growing at such an incredible pace, how do new people get involved with Project Catalyst?
The best first step for people who really want to get right into the weeds and look at proposals and make a proposal is to create an account in ADScale. And I think a secondary way to do it, like if you want to get notifications and updates about the critical stages, like when voting starts, when proposal submission starts and ends, and all this stuff, there's like a specific Telegram channel we have called Cardano Catalyst Announcements. And I really encourage people to subscribe to this to just get next steps of the process and get more involved.
That's fantastic. Dor, we look forward to seeing you next month on Cardano 360.
Thank you. Thanks, Eric.
Now, we have a new cohort of fully funded Fund 4 winners, and we've given them the opportunity to share a little bit more about what they're building on Cardano. Let's take a look.
This should be interesting. Fund 4
Hey,
winners.
Cardano. This is Mercy from WADA, and I'm here to tell you about our Fund 4 funded proposal, West Africa Local Community Centers. This particular challenge category was sponsored by the Cardano Foundation and is to help mobilize community to help solve local problems using Cardano. So we are so excited and happy to partner with the Cardano Foundation, and we are very thankful to the community for funding our proposal.
Hi, I'm Rich Kopcho with the NFT DAO. Our Fund 4 proposal is on NFT metadata standards. I have with me Phil Schlump, Professor of Practice over at the University of Wyoming.
Mutual Knowledge, IO Global, and the University of Wyoming Center for Blockchain Excellence have joined together this month to produce a draft RFC proposal.
We're making great progress pulling a team together to work on these NFT standards, and we'd love to thank the Catalyst community for voting for us.
Hello, Project Catalyst. This is Cliff Smith, CEO of Proof. First and foremost, on behalf of the team, I would like to thank the Catalyst community for believing in us. With Proof, we will bring media permanence, branding, and verified authenticity to tokenized assets on Cardano. Extending our protocol to the Cardano ecosystem will onboard users with turnkey low-code solutions, creating tangible value for tokenized goods on Cardano that will outlive the companies and individuals that made them. As developers and stakeholders, we are excited to have the privilege of adding Cardano to the list of blockchains supported by the Proof protocol. Once again, thank you for your support, and we are looking forward to working closely with the Catalyst and Cardano communities.
My name is Frédéric Zamvoura. I am the main proposer for Fund 4 proposal, Cardano adoption in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We thank you all for your funding and for your support, and we hope to update you very soon on how the project is going. Blockchain has a big role to play in developing countries, and we thank you for helping us continuing being part of this process. Thank you very much, and more news very soon.
Around 700 proposals were submitted in Fund 4 and 5. It is more and more difficult to keep up with the increasing activity around Project Catalyst.
Using transparent and objective filter criteria, we help you stay up to date with the Project Catalyst submissions by only relaying the acceptable proposals.
The filter protocol is open source.
The community is welcome to submit pull requests with their proposed changes to the filter criteria.
We will create YouTube and podcast content to introduce the filtered proposals in an easy-to-digest manner. This will empower more people to be engaged in shaping the future of Cardano. Cardano community, 你好. Do you want Chinese-speaking people all over the globe to join Cardano? I do, and that's what I do. I create high-quality Cardano videos in Chinese to introduce more people into Cardano. Investors, developers, scholars, China, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, all of them and everywhere. I have been doing this for 4 months now. And Chinese-speaking people are very interested in Cardano. I have so many stories that I want to share with you.
Hello, my name is Quinn. My proposal, the Cardano Marketplace, was funded in Round 4 Project Catalyst. The project will focus on creating a generalized token display component in React. It will model swaps and bidding in Marlow and Plutus, and will create a pre-smart contract alpha test for the marketplace. Please check out my project on IdealScale and reach out to me on Discord. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ryan Morrison and I'm leading a project called Cardax. Cardax is a decentralized exchange and it's not just any DEX on Cardano, it's the first and only DEX that has one Project Catalyst. So thank you very much to all the Cardano community that voted for us. So what you'll be able to do on the DEX when it's live, you'll be able to be a liquidity provider and you'll be able also to swap any native tokens for another native tokens or for ADA or for stable coins on the DEX. Go to cardax.io and then there you can learn more. Thank you.
Hey there, I am Aiden Rankin-Williams. I am the co-founder and community director of PlayerMint. What we're all about is trying to create a more rewarding experience for gamers through the use of the Cardano blockchain. How we do that is by providing a fungible token system where gamers can get paid to play based off of their gameplay performance, and then a NFT marketplace where those gamers can use the token they earn to mint, sell, and buy their own NFTs. Thank you so much and have a great day.
That's a pretty awesome
So that's
section.
it for July's Cardano 360. Thank you very much for joining us. And remember, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the like and click the bell to be alerted as soon as we go live every month. Now, as well as the timestamps below, you'll also find a few curated links, including some of those blog posts and some of those articles from the ecosystem, keeping you up to date on what's going on. Don't forget to head to the summit page, register, and tell us where you'd like to see an event come September time.
Canada.
Until next time, thank you very much. See you again.
Wow. Is that the end? Wow, that was pretty awesome, guys. That was pretty awesome. I really liked the fun catalyst section. Let's make my head bigger. I deserve to be large. Large. That was pretty awesome. Quinn, one of the Fun 4 Catalyst winners, actually spoke to on a live stream. He's a pretty cool dude. And I'm going to be speaking on a live stream with him tonight again, I believe, called The Space Place. The Space Place. Hosted by Ada Frog. If you want to check that out. But yeah, what do you guys think? What did you guys think of the 360 event? I thought it was pretty awesome. Pretty freaking cool. Especially the Fun 4 Catalyst winners. I was really excited, to hear from them because usually they don't really have a platform to show the community like their thanks and all that, and that was pretty awesome. What else was there to talk about? We did see that they talked about Alonzo White. I know they did talk about Alonzo White quite a bit. And I believe Alonzo Purple is going to be coming in the coming weeks. So that's pretty awesome. What else do we got here? Dogwater. Interesting. Intelligent. Date of Alonzo. Alonzo Rollo, they said that they are still on track, but there's going to be many roadblocks. So I think what they mean by that is probably middle of September to, late September. But honestly, if it's delayed towards October, that'd be fine. But I'm pretty sure September is a good estimate for when everything is going to be rolled out fully onto the main network. All of Alonzo, and basically finishing the Gogan era and putting it into mainnet, which is the smart contract era. Purple broken into light and dark is interesting. Yes, that is interesting. The dark side is going to be a lot more people onboarded to the testnet, which is pretty awesome. More community, more everything. And since we are here, we're going to keep the stream going for about 15 more minutes, I believe. 15 more minutes of stream. Just going to chill in here for a minute and ask you if you guys have any questions or anything. Jack's face, I think he just met his future wife. No, I was looking at the pin. I was looking at the Cardano pin, alright? Alright? Calm down, Ted. You're not Jack. I am Jack. Also, keep in mind, guys, if you want a Cardano friend, we're going to be doing a giveaway before the end of the stream. This stream. So, we're going to be doing a giveaway for this Cardano friend. All you have to do... Actually, how am I going to do this properly? How am I going to do this properly? We're going to do the giveaway on Twitter later, after the stream, actually. Rather than the stream. Just a little bit ill-planned for now. But I'll be giving away a Cardano friend today. But yeah, pretty awesome event. Cardano 360, July 2021. Pretty freaking awesome. Look at this comment. Nearly 1 million identities are already issued in Ethiopia. So through John O'Connor's initiatives and everything else the Cardano Foundation and IOHK has done, they have gotten millions of identities rolling on the blockchain, on the Cardano blockchain. They're helping Ethiopia. Also, World Mobile Token, they didn't talk about it that much in this video, but they did quite a little bit. It's pretty awesome. World Mobile Token is not messing around. If you guys haven't heard about World Mobile Token, they're bringing the internet to the people who don't have internet so they can use the Cardano blockchain, so they can interact with it. It's pretty freaking awesome. Thank you for streaming that. You're welcome, Ted. I know I didn't talk much or interject, but I think there's a lot of information to process there, and myself probably gonna have to watch back parts of this 360 to really fully get everything. But it was pretty nice having you guys on the stream and watching together. I definitely thought that was pretty awesome. Keep in mind, if you guys want to stake with the stake pool, it is Stake Pool Jack. I'd like to know, what's the yield in that stake pool? Right now, Ted, the yield is technically 0% because we have not had a epic yet, which we have had active ADA to mint a block. But going forward in the next few weeks, we're going to be seeing this number actually get calculated because the stake pool will be up and running for an amount of time where we can produce some actual results. It's going to be between 4 and 6%, probably close to 5%. In terms of the lifetime return on average. But yeah. Wow, you have over 1 million ADA in your pool. I know. 1 million ADA, that's a lot. People are very generous. We have some awesome people staking the pool. Only 55 people and 1 million ADA. It's pretty awesome. You go here, you can see three people with lots of ADA staking their pool. So whoever those 3 people are, I'm very, very appreciative of them. It's pretty awesome. I'll delegate ASAP. Thank you, Ted. I appreciate that. Shoot me a DM on Twitter, by the way, if any of you guys are staking, and I will send you some discount codes for Cardano Friends merch. I'm not wearing any right now, but it's in my closet. It's awesome. It's Cardano Friends merch. I don't know what else to say. All right, guys. Any other questions before we end the stream? Gonna give it 5 more minutes. Really appreciate everyone coming. It's pretty awesome to be able to do this. I didn't think people would actually want to watch my face alongside the IOHK Cardano 360, but apparently apparently 80 people concurrently watched that, which was pretty awesome. Which was pretty nice and kind of you guys. Let's see. Someone has over 500. Yeah, someone has staked 500. That's, I know, it's insane. What if we stake but don't use Twitter? If you don't use Twitter, you can send me a message on Discord, or send me a comment on one of my videos. Or Discord and Twitter are the two ways best to get in contact with me. But let me know if there's something else you prefer for contact. Stream at 99 viewers. Thank you all for joining. Yes, thank you all for joining, and thank you, Steve, for moderating. You the best, and for plugging the Twitter. Thank you very much, my friend. You are a good moderator. Appreciate you. I watched you 360 alone. Missed your tweet on watch along. Mr. Radical, it's okay. In spirit, we were there together. Realistically, we were there together. If you know. So next Cardano 360 next month, I'll be doing another one of these. If you want to hop along that time, Mr. Radical, be happy to have you. Happy to have you. All right, guys, stream's coming to an end. I appreciate all you guys for joining me, and I think we'll have to see you guys in the next episode of Cardano Daily. We might do a recap video today on the 360, but overall there wasn't too much crazy things. The thing I really liked about the 360 event was just the sense of community, everyone coming together, and everyone just kind of keeping on track with what's going on. Lots of developers coming to the community, and definitely going to get in that Discord for the Cardano community, developers, content creators, and that sorts. Definitely gonna get in there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream or all that. Peace out, guys.